poesía como terapia y como constructora de identidades, sobre todo la de casi todos nosotros que estamos far from home, como decía María Mendoza, ay, la morriña, el homesick. Okay, seguimos. We continue with this multilingual open mic of the KEROUAC Festival. Remember, day feels it's just only beginning. We are just warming. Estamos solo calentando y vamos a seguir calentándonos con la voz y el magnetismo de Monica Sarmiento. Monica Sarmiento está aquí, Monica Sarmiento Archer.
Muchísimas gracias, Marcos, por la invitación, por generar esta comunidad de poetas y experimentadores. Aquí un poquito. Murmura el viento. Un espíritu vaga llevando imágenes en la memoria en busca de la eterna paz. Arrastrando su propio teatro, recrea lo aprendido. El poder construye y destruye, genera vida y muerte. Un espíritu vaga portando imaginaria memoria en su mente. Danza la historia en los campos de batalla, en la campaña donde la niebla en su vacío, la humanidad calla impotente, vomitando cólera y temor. La esperanza huye, se ha consumido en el tiempo y en la verdad. Y en la verdad no habita nadie, y nadie habita en la verdad. Danza la historia en las guerras de los tres reinos, en la rebelión de Luzán, en las tribus aliadas. Forman ejércitos que arrastran los pasos, levantan astillas que desplazan a los lobos ausentes del heno. Contaminados con azufre, contaminan desamparados, sostenidos en el hierro maoísta, deambulan sin aliento. Danza la historia en el campo de guerras, el imperio sacro, conflicto en la Sajonia, en el tumulto de las sombras sigilosas, en donde los adversarios mueren de pánico al sentirse desvalidos por el crujir de los respiros en sus estazos metálicos. Danza la historia al límite del naciente, la violencia ha parido la conquista de la dinastía Qing, la rebelión de Taiping, la invasión de los mongoles, anhelando todo por Timberland, para los ejércitos que se aproximan como un huracán, arrastrando con la naturaleza, convirtiéndola en desierto, quemando la imaginación, borrando lo creado. Danza la historia en los conflictos bélicos, los otomanos, husitas, bizantinos, verdes, marrones, amarillos, alianzas de grises sucios aparecen, 4, 6, 12, emergen de las confrontaciones entre miradas muertas, continúan las batallas de la eternidad. Danza la historia de vientos y guerra, 100 años de los feudos en la causa de valor. Danzan y sucumben, miran y arrastran, trascienden y caen, arañando la tierra en el olvido. Danza la historia de los estados confederados, cuerpos ulcerados, adoloridos, mudos de temor contra la libertad, aúllan encubiertos, heridos del oído. Danza la historia recorriendo los cuerpos de concentración, cual semillas estalladas estallan en sombras estremecidas, en la eterna guerra de suritas y comunistas, en la Primera Guerra Mundial, en la Guerra de los Balcanes, en el genocidio armenio como devastadas masas sin poder, marchan lejos de la tiranía, miran la nada, lo arrastran a la vida. En la Segunda Guerra Mundial dejaron ecos de voces perdidas arrastrando las entrañas del olvido y la furia. Hoy, cual danza macabra, bailamos nuestra propia batalla. Desde este castillo de apariencias, como un ritmo oculto, un virus nos invade, nos mantiene atrapados intentando espantar el presente, silenciando el mañana que duerme en la incertidumbre. Gracias.
Monica Sarmiento Archer. Un aplauso grande para ella, aplauda. Es gratis. Monica Sarmiento, uno de los ejes de la poesía hispana aquí en Nueva York, uno de las fuerzas de la poesía en nuestra lengua. Mónica, gracias por eso. Vamos ahora entonces con nuestro siguiente poeta y necesito un redoble de tambores en vuestras mesas. Está aquí, aplaudan hasta quedarse sin manos, porque viene Holman.
Today in the paper they had a picture of the Columbia campus 56 years ago today. You know,
Yeah.
The police had what was then called a police riot to remove the demonstrators from the buildings that we had occupied. And there was a picture of that in Hamilton Hall, which was the building where they arrested the students yesterday. And I remembered that building 56 years ago, and Paul Auster was there in the room that day. So just to tell you, just to show you how it goes on. Just like earlier tonight, I was up at the Bohemian Hall where the Czech literary group was honoring Allen Ginsberg, because it was on the 1st of May in 1965 that Allen Ginsberg was crowned the King of May, Král Mahles. And so it's a great honor to be here for the KEROUAC Festival. What can I tell you? This is a poem called "What You Can't Understand Is Poetry, is connected to the body." Again. Okay. Jean allowed the body to drop, the beautiful face, bluing so perfect, a fly buzzed by, but no one would believe it. She raced frantically to the offices of the National Enquirer. A reporter wrote up the story and made the cover. Now she could go get the attention of the radical news weekly that only told the truth. She just casually flipped it down on the desk. Hey, an editor, reading upside down, said, "What if this story is true? It would certainly change our story. Maybe we should look into this. Hey, stop those presses!" Jean walked away. Horns were blaring. It was a beautiful, dusty sunset, and the sirens were distorting. She didn't hear them. She was remembering her lover's face. What they'd said about how you never know if someone else's orgasm is better than yours. But that shouldn't stop you from coming together. Even if it's not exactly at the same time. of television, early 50s, a lot of the vaudeville performers crossed over into television and brought a sense of humor that we haven't even lived up to yet. A kind of crazy, it's really a homegrown American surrealism. And the guy that was the leader of the pack was named Ernie Kovacs, okay? And this, if it's time to bring Ernie back, this is his theme song, okay? Funny is the man whose mind goes places where the wild shows, fun show, throw, hit, throw, way to go. So spring sprang a leak at the joke boutique. Whom done it to the max? Ernie Kovacs, the master of the faster pass, the poobah of the future blast. Kovacs, Kovacs, co-op, co-sign, co-rain, co-shine. It's Ernie Kovacs time. The matter doesn't matter and the facts ain't straight in the late show. Sorry, it's just too late. Oh no, humdrum rerun. Oh no, I'm making cozy and a crazy and a hipper and hip. No psychedelic relic. Talk around trip. What became the legend most? The legendary host, Ernie Kovacs. Mustard the dog, barking the socks. Poet in the kitchen is a rock, go wilder and wild and a cooler and cool and behind our mind the kick of a mule, cause there's no myopia in my utopia. Gig the wig, wax the facts, and a mighty hi-ho. Hey honey, what's the name of the Ernie Kovacs show? A gelatin skeleton of innocence personifies a pratfalls of intelligence, makes you laugh out loud, be a singular crowd, oh, a hit of a wit and a fun of a gun. You're in the target, you better run or don't, you're in it. Come on, let's begin it. Don't blink without it, think about it. Whom does it? Whom done it? He begun it. Oh, unite tonight in dead black and white. It's the Ernie Kovacs show. TV a go. So now, that was my show, and here's my encore. This is for the KEROUAC Festival. On delay. We're on delay. On delay. Okay. A poem for Neil Cassidy called simply Neil Cassidy. Thinking he is hanging from his fingertips over the great abyss is in fact slipping slowly into the smokestack of a giant steam locomotive. I know fear. What am I doing here? Just a glance in the chance dance of the mirrored rearward, fresh burnt freak free to see jaybirds running naked out of the burbs, shouting out life's a blur before itself. Verb don't be, man's a catapult to nine tails, flailing sails on the rat, eviscerated rarity, nickel and dime, preview. Meet my dad's shiny bars, shiny cheese and my mom's era bars. My grandparents came from Venus Malabars. My brothers and my sisters live aside in my blisters, and I keep track of the stars. That's my job, to keep track of the stars, to keep track of the dovetails, the exhausted pipes, and the stars. Don't eat meat, don't swallow greens. All I eat is air and hair and beans. Keep myself rolling, stream in a dream. Roller, stream, roller, rolling in a dream. Flatten Wilco the echo for no, good reason, too good reason. and a good season to believe. And look to your left to see right through. Oh, this skin of mine sure wants skin off of you. Did the impolite or liticalical imp slip the spine slime? Fractured jaw donkey can't hide. Oh, see it, breathe it, leave it, sneeze it, freeze it. 60 miles a second to get laid in L.A. Oh, juice caboose laying his good tracks for home. Hey, come, live you life in a springtime's bone. Wake me when I'm dead. Should've fucked my own mind instead. Why bother? Why not? Why bother? Why not? Why bother? Just a prairie dog and a full dictionary, discreetly dishing the head vitamins vision, type hype for a finished sans blemish, or leave the spittle in the middle. Ah, open your openings. The man in the moon I prune. The engine winds and the tall pines pine, and for all I love's a dove above, and a particular fuse a you. So ivy grows over me, own tombstone, firmly entrenched right here on this bench. I'm Quetzalcoatl. I'm Welch Lynch. Shook a tail feather, Quetzalcoatl. I'm not a snot, and I'm falling. And what's next? On the way, we're on delay. No, we're on hold. I ain't on hold. I'll hold the cold, I'll tell the told. I'll freak the fold, I'll bend the bold, but I'll be rolled if I'll hold on hold. No second thoughts, thanks. The first one's overdone with a wait a second. Second, as another one's begun. It's just that your mind started to dovetail, and the exhausted pipes on the third rail slogan through the swampy night, frozen on a cruising sight, going blind in a minute for a dollar bill pill. Down on the ground, pounding reality till the whole picture frame up slaps the fine on fine. I'm keeping having a nice day, thank you. Suiciding the line up, the dam down into the sound of the sound, where death lights the match to catch a snatch of what the blurred word inferred, implied on the high time tide. Instant reincarnation, tongue to ear resuscitation, the rattling, battling of mouth, ear, come near, come here, mouth here, come, mother, oh, come here, come hear my fear.
Third Street. So before we start, Kerouac, beat Alleluia. Beat Alleluia.
Beat
Alleluia.
Alleluia.
Beat
Alleluia.
Alleluia.
Beat Alleluia.
Thank you. So I told Jack's been bugging me. He's here. I'm sorry, Jack. Jack's been bugging me all week. I told him my favorite book was Dharma Bums. Who's read Dharma Bums? Anybody read Dharma Bums? Nobody. Jeez. Okay. So anyway, this is the story.
It's a good moment for recommendation. He's reading, no?
I got a little bit. I'm reading.
Okay.
Okay. So Dharma Bums is his second book. How many people read On the Road? Okay. All right. Well, you know, Jack didn't have a driver's license. Cassidy did all the driving, I think. And anyway, he came out with his second book, Dharma Bums. Again, it's about his friends. Starts out, he is riding like a hobo in freight trains from Mexico City up to San Francisco. where he's going to meet the poet Gary Snyder. Anybody know Gary Snyder?
Yeah.
Okay, Gary Snyder, he hasn't met him yet, but he's met a little hobo on the train, and he says that's his first Dharma bum, because Jack is starting to get into Zen Buddhism, and he's going to meet Gary Snyder, and that's going to change his life. So he meets Gary Snyder, he goes to a poetry reading where Ginsberg reads Howl, and all the San Francisco poets are crying, they're knocked out by this thing. He hangs out with Gary and Ginsberg and a few others, and then he takes this hike in the mountains that changes his life. And so Kerouac tried to be a Zen Buddhist, but then some of the Buddhists, D.T. Suzuki and Alan Watts, they didn't like the book. They didn't like Dharma bums. They didn't like that the fact that all these Buddhists were chasing girls and things like that. And so Jack was pissed off. Jack was pissed off at those Buddhists, and he quoted another friend of his who used to get up and rant in gatherings like this. And he quoted him, he called these Buddhists a gaping, rabid congregation, eager to bathe, are washed over by the font of euphoria and bask like protozoans in the celebrated light. Ouch. Slam. So Jack still, right? Jack still doesn't like the upscale counterculture that he inspired. He's looking around here tonight and saying, this used to be a fine dive bar. What the fuck happened? What is this? Sorry, Jack. Yeah, in his last years, he resented the whole beatnik and hippie thing. He hated communists. He told me how much he enjoyed Senator Joseph McCarthy's hearings about communists and the government. In fact, he sat and watched this on television and smoked marijuana at the same time while he was cheering McCarthy on. That's Jack for you. But he has softened a little in this Catholic heaven that he just managed to get into. His only complaint now is there's no booze in heaven. So everybody, please lift a glass to Jack tonight. He's on your tongues waiting to have that taste. Yeah, he can do that. He's a ghost. And please tip your bartender.
He's a Buddha.
He's a Buddha. Well, he's a Catholic, really. Jack's heaven, I asked him what it's like. He said it's like the experience when, inspired by Gary Snyder, he became a fire lookout. He stayed in a fire lookout tower in the Cascade Mountains. That's in Washington State. And so Kerouac describes his first day on that job in Dharma bums, at the end of Dharma bums. And here's what he says. It was a river wonderland, the emptiness of the golden eternity. Odors of moss and bark and twigs and mud, all ululating mysterious vision stuff before my eyes, tranquil and everlasting nevertheless. As I looked up the clouds, assumed, as I assumed, faces of hermits. The pine boughs looked satisfied washing in the waters. The top trees shrouded in gray fog looked content. The jiggling sunshine leaves of northwest breeze seemed bred to rejoice. The upper snows on the horizon, the trackless, seemed cradled and warm. Everything was everlastingly loose and responsive. It was all everywhere beyond the truth, beyond empty space blue. The mountains are mighty patient, Buddha man, I said out loud. When I went back in the moonlight to my same old tree stump, the world was like a dream, like a phantom, like a bubble, like a shadow, like a vanishing dew, like a lightning splash. Amen. Beat-alleluia.
Hallelujah.
One more thing. Jack wanted me to make sure you knew Friday in this festival, his good friend, Kerouac's good friend, musician, composer, writer, David Amram, will be performing at the Francis Kite Club over on Avenue C. Things start at 7 and they're going to go late because there's going to be a party afterwards. And Kerouac will still be there. He'll be there, still jamming with David as they have for many years. So I'll see you there.